And good evening and welcome. It's time for high school baseball. We are here in Weslaco, Texas tonight, and it is going to be a matchup of 32 5A schools. It's going to be the host team, Weslaco East, the Wildcats, and they'll be going against the Brownsville Pace Vikings. Weslaco East, they in their district, 32 5A, are tied for the top spot, 11-1 record, and overall they're 21-4. Meanwhile, the Vikings, they are 6-6 in district and 11-8-1 overall. And good evening. My name is Scott Harrison, and I'm glad to be part of this K-West production tonight. Joe Aguilar, our normal broadcaster, could not make it. One of the reasons is because we've had a change in schedule. This game was set to be played tomorrow night, but there is a chance for a very, very rainy day tomorrow. I looked at the weather, and most of the day, most hours, 70 to 80% chance of showers. So they've moved it up to tonight, and no rain really in the forecast till about 10 o'clock tonight when we get a 40% chance of rain. So let's hope we have a nice, clear evening for baseball. As a matter of fact, as we look at the weather right now, we see it's quite warm outside. Temperature still in the 80s. And again, our chance of precipitation, not much right now, very minimal. And again, we have winds about 15 miles an hour, and our humidity is about 48%. So that is what we are looking at right now, and we're glad everybody is aboard. Of course, Weslaco, the home team, they will bat in the bottom of the inning, the first inning. And pitching tonight, Tonio Balboa, the number 24. He is warming up right now. Mike Brown, head coach of the Wildcats, been here for a number of years and got a chance to meet Coach Rodriguez before the game, head coach of Brownsville. Of course, East have pinstripes on tonight. Remind me about the last time I went to Comiskey Park, as it used to be called in Chicago, and saw the White Sox play Chicago. And for the visiting team, have their grayish pants, green jersey, white numerals. Again, they are the Vikings. Brandon Navarez leading off. Shortstop, number 18. And we'll see how he does. First pitch upcoming. And it's going to be outside. Again, nice night for baseball. A little windy. But overall, it is overcast. Second pitch is strike. Hits the outside lower corner. Flag, we see the American flag out there blowing in. Outside, so count is 2-1. Glad to be working with the K-West crew again. Adrian DeLeon. He'll be streaming, and I'll be our on-site producer. And Vinny Berry, he is going to be our videographer. Last pitch, changeup. Swinging strike. So the count is 2-2. And that is going to be a swinging strike 3. So we have one out. And East off to a good start. Coming to bat, number 3. Augustine Garcia, the second baseman. He wears number 3. And first pitch is a ball. Been down here once before, always enjoy the hospitality here. Swinging strike. Good change of speed so far by the pitcher. Fooling the batters. And that is a called strike. So far, good control out there by Balboa. That'll be outside. Glad everybody enjoying the broadcast tonight. Kind of a change for me today. Got the call at 2 o'clock from Mike Palacios. Come on in, and that is a called third strike. So 2 up, 2 down, both by strikeouts. I believe a called and a swinging strikeout. So now we've got John Garcia coming up, number 10. He's the third baseman. Batting third, of course, game scheduled for 7 innings. Called strike, and I really like Balboa early. Hitting corners inside and out. Throwing different speeds. Mastery of the batter so far. That one floats in there for a ball. Wildcats, traditionally a strong program. And that is going to go toward the outfield. And it is an out caught by the left fielder. So we have gone through a half inning of play. No score here in Weslaco.
East side, south side. East side, south side. Let's go Wildcats. Let's go Wildcats. Let's go Wildcats. Let's go
And again, we're done with the warm-ups, and now we'll get ready for the bottom of the first. So coming to the plate to begin the bottom of the first inning. Guy playing center field tonight also pitches. Alex Solis. I believe he is committed to the University of Houston Cougars. Had a very good basketball season, the Cougars, by the way. Made it all the way to the Sweet 16. Saw him play over in Austin. Actually, I'm sorry, San Antonio. Same stadium where the Spurs play. So, good sports program overall, the Cougars. And again, Solis coming to the plate. Doesn't want to do what the leadoff batter did for the visitors. Strike out, and the first pitch is high. Ball one. Again, down the lines. It's 320 feet. Don't know what it is to deep center, but I'd have to guess, what, 390, 400 maybe? Second ball low. 2-0 is the count. Again, looks like the wind is blowing in. That's going to be a called strike. Down the middle. 2-1 the count. Appreciate everybody that's come out tonight. Had to change our plans on short notice. That's outside. 3-1. So we're 1 ball away from having our first batter on base in the game, as we are here in the bottom of the first. Lights are on, overcast. And again, that is going to be a swing. 3-2 the count. Full count, first full count of the game. Let's see if we can get the first base runner of the game. And that is outside and low. And we do. So Solis walks. And there goes the perfect game for Moody. Coming to bat now is Mike Brown, the left fielder. Remember, he caught the ball for the final out of the top of the first. Talented player. Both in the field and at the plate. Veteran. Dad, the head coach, also over at third base right now. Awaiting the first pitch. And the runner is going, and he is going to be out. Nice throw from the catcher. And John Garcia, Augustine Garcia, the second baseman, tags out Solis, trying to steal second. And nice throw from the catcher, Joey Rodriguez. Second pitch outside, 2-0. So out stealing, 2-4. And that is popped up, and the second baseman takes it for the second out. So Mike Brown pops out to short, P4. And now the pitcher comes up, Tonio Balboa. Good-sized gentleman. See about the pop in his bat tonight. That is going to be outside, ball one. Again tonight, using two umpires. One now stationed down the right field line near first base. Other one obviously behind the plate. And 2-0. So Moody's been getting a little bit behind the batters, but so far, no real damage. Helped by the batter caught. And that is going to be a long ball. And that is out. Over the fence. We said that it looked like Balboa had a little muscle. And there he showed it. Hit that over the left center field wall. It was a 2-0 count. And he delivers. Everybody greets him at home plate. So Tonio Balboa makes it 1-0. And we hear the Gap Band in the background. You dropped the bomb on me. He definitely did. That's one thing that benefits me, having been in my earlier years a disc jockey, especially back in the 70s and 80s. When that Gap Band song was very popular. So now, coming to the plate is Nate Rivas, first baseman, number 3, and a 1-0 lead. And we could say, what if? What if the batter hadn't been caught stealing, but what ifs aren't going to put runs on the scoreboard? We can feel the wind in the press box with the windows open. It's blowing, and that's a strike, called strike. Looked like a possible curveball, 1-1. We know that Moody is capable of a curveball, changeup, fastball. Talk to their coach. He has a variety of pitches, but he's been getting a little behind. Remember, he was behind 2-0. I think he was also behind Solis, obviously, quite a bit. He walked him. That's stating the obvious. 3-1 here. We'll see if he walks his second batter of the inning. Here comes the pitch. It's low, so second walk of the inning. Rivas, a strong batter in his own right, is on. I think he was key the other night when Weslaco East beat Donna 7-5. Had to come back. I think they were trailing 6-1 in that game. So they're capable of coming back and winning games, but it's nice to be ahead and not have to do that. Joey Rodriguez is up. He's the catcher. Number 12, by the way. Rivas wears number 23, if we didn't mention that. And that ball is popped up, but it is going to be out of reach, out of play of the first baseman. So 0-1. And this time, Moody's ahead of the batter in the count. Only one hit in the game so far, but it was a big one, that home run. Bottom of the first. That ball kind of floats in there. Again, I believe it's a curve. 0-2. So gets ahead after giving up 2 walks. Maybe trying to get that control mastered, and that's going to be popped up, and it's over there toward the center fielder. He drifts over toward right and catches the ball for the third out of the inning. So after 1 inning complete, it is Weslaco over the Brownsville Vikings, 1-0.
Before Clarissa Renteria was a dentist, she was a student at Weslaco ISD. She was a cheerleader, played softball, and started college early through the dual enrollment program. She graduated from UTPA before earning her degree from the University of Texas School of Dentistry in Houston. Now she is Dr. Renteria, creating beautiful smiles at Professional Dental Group. Weslaco ISD is home to some of the most prestigious graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For Dr. Clarissa Renteria, WISD was the right choice.
So we go now to the top of the second. And Brownsville Pace is back in the batter's box. There are batters, and leading off is going to be the pitcher. 4th batter in the order, number 23, John Moody. Remember, in the first inning, it was a good inning for Balboa. 2 strikes and a flyout, and he gets ahead of the batter quickly. 0-1, and that is going to be a chopper to third base. Third baseman has it, has to throw a quick throw. It's high, it gets by the first baseman, and Moody is going to slide into second with no play. So I would assume that is going to be a hit, and then an error on the throw from the third baseman. We'll see what they officially say. And Amanda, is that, I'm going to ask the official score, was that a hit and an error? Okay, so it was not a hit at all. Okay, just want to make sure we have that clear. So Amanda says that the third baseman would have had a chance to get the batter had the throw been clean, but it wasn't. It went over the first baseman's head, and it's going to be an error. So no hits so far in the game for the visitors, but we do have Moody on second base. And again, that is going to be an error on the third baseman, Javi Garza, on the throw, a throwing error. That would be an E5. And now it's a 2-1 count on Chase Morales. He's a good hitter for this team. Number 13, the first baseman. And that is going to be 3-1. So Balboa, after striking out the first 2 batters he faced in the first inning, struggles here a little bit in the second. And that is going to be a walk. So walked him on 5 pitches. And Morales is on first base. And now Josh Niento is up, the designated hitter. Where's number 17? And he has a runner in scoring position and a man on first. It looks like he's squaring to bunt. Runner in motion, but it's a foul ball. Runner at second, broke for third. Moody was breaking for third, but the ball was fouled away. And Niento did not hide the fact that he was trying to bunt the runner over third. And had he got him over to third, even with an out, there would have been a chance for a sacrifice fly to bring him in. Mike Brown comes over and talks to the umpire. And again, a short discussion. Not sure if he was questioning something about whether maybe the ball was fair or foul or some sort of interference. But again, the batter now squares to bunt again. This time we'll foul it back, so it's 0-2. We'll see if he tries again to bunt, because if this time he fouls it off, it's going to be strike 3. After struggling the first 2 times, it's hard to imagine that he will try to bunt again, but we have to wait and see. I've actually seen batters before with an 0-2 count still try to bunt, but looks like he is in the normal batting stance. Throw back to second. Runner is just barely back. Nice play. Runner had a slide back. And Caleb Escamilla almost had the tag on him. Again, now throws back, but the runner didn't have as big a lead off, and throw was a little bit off. So no attempt to get the batter that time. I keep saying batter, a runner. Got batter on the mind. Here's the pitch, swinging strike 3. So that is the 3rd strikeout of the game for Balboa. And now, coming to bat, it's going to be number 27, Gus Puente. If I'm reading things correctly here, Rene Salinas, the right fielder, is the player that won't be batting in this game. He wears number 7. We'll have to wait and see if I've got my order correct here, but that's how I see it right now. 1-1 is the count. Again, runners on first and second, but we have 1 out now. And so, again, Puente has a 2-1 count on him. Going has not been as easy for Balboa in this inning, but there we go. That looks like some of the first inning magic. A swinging strike. And 2-2 is the count. Would be a huge strikeout if you could get it. Again, remember, game is so important. 11-1 are the Wildcats. Tie for first. That ball is fouled back. By the way, these 2 teams will meet again in Brownsville on Friday. And from what I've been told, the other team in first place out of Brownsville, their next 2 games are going to be against Edcotch Elsa, which is not one of the stronger teams, I've been told, in the district. And that is going to be a called 3rd strike. So 2 strikeouts in the first, now 2 in the second. Max Puga is next. He's the catcher. Where's number 5? And that is a ball. Jose Reyna, the center fielder, would be next. He is the 9th man in the order. Max has the count 1-1. Again, 2 outs. Throw to second. They've been trying to make sure that runner doesn't head for third. We're talking about John Moody. And we'll see if all this going back and forth on the base path tires him out at all. Remember, he is the pitcher for Brownsville Pace. That's a called strike. So again, as we mentioned, Brownsville Vets Memorial is also 11-1. Just like Weslaco East. 2-2 the count. Can Balboa strike out the side? We'll see in a moment here. Top of the second. And that is a strike. He did it. So, all 3 outs in that inning were strikeouts. And we've played 1.5 innings. The score, Weslaco Wildcats 1, Brownsville Pace Vikings 0.
In 1921, 100 years ago, WISD started educating the area children. Bring 2 sack lunches and tools to help clear a field for athletics, the notice said. Buildings from the early years serve as a reminder of how far we have come. Through all the history and over time, educating students, expanding horizons, changing the world, helping build this community. Weslaco ISD, 100 years in the making, and still the right choice.
All right, we are going to the bottom of the second inning right now. And we are going to see if Weslaco East can pad their lead. And we are getting ready to get things going. Designated hitter Joseph Perez is up to lead off. And again, some of the seniors, we're talking about the fact this is seniors night. Jorge Zavala, Javi Garcia, Jesus Ramirez, Jacob Rodriguez, Michael Brown, Caleb Escamilla. Those are all seniors on this team that will be honored after the game tonight. So come on out if you're looking for something to do. It's not too late to be a part of this fun. 1-1 the count, and that is a grounder to first base, and the first baseman will make the play unassisted. So 1 out as Perez grounds out to the first baseman. And again, that is going to be an unassisted out. And Avi Garza is coming up. And again, it was Chase Morales making the unassisted play on the ground out. That's going to be high. And again, if I'm looking at my roster right, my lineup right, Jacob Rodriguez is the player that won't be batting tonight for the home team. He wears number 14 playing right field. At bat right now, one of the seniors we talked about, Avi Garza, third baseman. 2-0 the count. Inside. 3-0. A windy night. Again, going to have some storms moving in. Looks like going to be rainy beginning late this evening and overnight and all tomorrow. 3-1. I know there is some games scheduled tomorrow. I believe the Panthers play tomorrow, and that's going to be a walk. They did not reschedule their game, best of my knowledge. And Garza walks. That is going to be the third walk of the game, issued by John Moody. We talked about the fact, did he get tired at all being on base so long in that last inning? Again, there were a lot of throws to second, had a dive back in. These are young men, they're in good shape, but still, you wonder, did that tire him out at all? Who knows? It is a cool night, relatively speaking, now with the winds, compared to the fact that we could be out here in the hot sun. I know I was talking to some of the coaches. In the old days, they would start the games at about 4 because of the fact there were no lights. A couple of the coaches on these teams used to play against each other in high school. That's going to be fouled back. It was cool seeing everybody before the game, talking with some of the coaches. 1-1 the count. Getting ready for a lot of action next week on K-West when we get to the playoffs. Squares up to bunt, then pulls back, throw to first. Runner dives in on time. So, thought about maybe trying to advance the runner with a bunt. But the runner got back all right. We're talking about Garza. Again, squares off to bunt, but then swings and strikes. 2-2. Swings and misses and a strike. And again, also enjoyed meeting the people at the concession stand tonight. Volunteer their time and the money spent there helps the players raise funds to support the baseball team. 3-2 the count. I would assume the runner will just stay. See if this will be a walk, and it is a good move there, not trying to steal a base. Assuming that there might be a walk. Pitcher has struggled a little bit with control. And by the way, I may have forgotten to mention that that was Caleb Escamilla, the second baseman, number 22, who was batting. And now Jorge Zavala, the center fielder, is up. So we have runners on first and second with no out, with 1 out, and that's a bunt foul back. So we'll see if Zavala can move the runners into scoring position. Again, though, if he's out, say he sacrifices them to second and third, you'll have to get a hit to bring him in because there would be 2 outs at that point. Now he will fake the bunt and takes a big swing, but he misses. So it's now 0-2. A pitcher who's had some control problems likes to see that 0-2 count, that's for sure. We'll see what Moody does this time. Fastball through some heat. High heat. And Zavala strikes out. So, Alex Solis is back up again. He walked, but was thrown out stealing to lead off the game. And that, I believe, is the first strikeout of the game for Moody. Here's the pitch. Looked to be a curve ball. Outside, ball 1. Again, with all the baseball playoffs coming up and softball playoffs, both for Weslaco East and Weslaco, you'll hear them, see them on K-West, through K-West, I believe via YouTube. So, We'll see if Weslaco East can pad their lead. That's 2-1. Again, Solis, very good player going to the University of Houston. Been on base once, has a good eye. We'll see if he can draw another walk. That's outside. It's going to be a wild pitch. Runners are going to be at second and third with 2 outs, so the runners now are in scoring position. They advance on that wild pitch. First wild pitch of the game. And Solis, gotta like this. It's 3-1. But with a player like him, you just maybe walk him. Of course, you got Mike Brown up, and that's no slouch. So, not going to win in this game right now, whether he gets on or not. That is a called strike. Nip the outside corner. Solis taking all the way. Can't blame him. Quality player like this, he can work a 3-2 count. Catcher moving toward the outside. Pitch down the middle and strikes out to end the inning. Heat down the middle. And after 2 innings of play, the score right now is Weslaco East over the Brownsville Pace Vikings, 1-0.
East Side Strong Side. East Side Strong Side. Let's go Wildcats. Let's go Wildcats. Let's go Wildcats. Let's go
Right now, though, we are going to the top of the third, and we will see what the Vikings can do. Jose Reyna, 9th in the order, gets his first chance to bat to lead off the third. And again, he is a center fielder. And the first pitch is outside. Remember, Balboa, last inning, after having some struggles, did strike out the side overall. Also had 2 strikeouts in the first, so going into the third inning, he already has 5 strikeouts. 5 of his 6 outs have been via the K, and that's 2-1. First time, obviously, I've seen him pitch. Very impressed so far. And that is going to be popped up. And the center fielder will come in and catch it for the first out of the inning. So nice job by Zavala. He catches it, and it's an F8. Now we are going back to the top of the order. Brandon Nevades is up. He is the shortstop. First time up, he struck out. And that hits the inside corner. Nice job tonight of hitting the outside, inside corners. Some heat down the middle, so that ball's been moving. 1-1 the count. Again, we're really not supposed to have any threat of rain if this game goes its normal pace. No pun intended for the visiting team. But if this game goes long, who knows? All right. That's going to be grounded past the third baseman. Diving, can't get it. And so it is the first hit of the game. Brandon gets the first hit of the game as the ball goes into the outfield. Nice attempt by Javi Garza trying to dive and get it. Couldn't quite do it. And that'll be the first hit for the visitors. But we do have 1 out. And I can feel the winds picking up as I'm trying to keep my paperwork down here. Garcia, Augustine Garcia is up. He struck out his first at bat. And that is going to be a grounder to the shortstop. Is it going to be 2? No, he fumbles it. And the runner is going to be safe at second. Man, is that an error on the shortstop? Okay, we checked with our official score. And that is going to be an error on the shortstop. And so Nevarez gets to second, Garcia at first on the E6. And now we're going to have to see if maybe Antonio can come up with those strikeouts. Needs them now. First pitch outside. And again, we see it is a 1-0 count with 1 out. That's going to be low. John Garcia, the third baseman at bat. He flew out to Mike Brown in left field to end the first after Balboa struck out the first 2 batters. And I have resisted the temptation, even though he struck out some players, really knocked the bats out of their hands, so to speak, of calling Balboa, and he's a big guy too up there. We'll get back to this in a minute. That is a ball that hops over the shortstop, and that's a legitimate hit. And 1 runner will score. And on the throw, the batter with the hit, John Garcia, advances to second. So he advances to second on the throw. Augustine Garcia, I should say, goes to third. And Nevarez scores the first run of the game for Pace. So it's now tied at 1 in the top of the third. And again, John Garcia at second, singles, and advance to second on the throw. And that ball will be outside. And again, John Moody, the pitcher, up. He reached on an error in the first. So, an opportunistic inning so far for Pace. And that's a big swinging strike. Good to see 1 and 2. Don't want to see Balboa rattled. And like I said before, have not, even though I will mention it because one of the coaches did in a moment. That's a big swing. And that is going to be, I believe, a strike. It is. So that's going to be a strikeout. And Chase Morales will come to the plate. So we see that Balboa has a strikeout in each inning. 2 in the first, 3 in the second, and right now 1 in the third. And believe it or not, I would not have thought of this, even though I've seen almost all the movies. But one of the coaches brought it up, not me, before the game, that they called Balboa Rocky for a moment, all right? And I had not even thought about that. But I don't know if that's one of his nicknames or not. I've never met the young man personally, but again, he's big enough in size, he could be a boxer, I suppose, if he wanted to be. And that ball is fouled down the left field line. But we'll let him be his own personality and won't try to mix him in with Rocky. How many Rocky movies were there? They had some movies where Rocky, I think, was even a manager of Apollo Creed's son. I know there was at least 5 Rocky movies, I think. All right, that's fouled back. 0-2 the count. And then I know there was somewhere Sylvester Stallone, who played Rocky, even played a boxer. I think, he was in a movie with Robert De Niro about a couple of old guys in their, 60s boxing. And though he wasn't Rocky, he was just like Rocky. If you're a movie fan, you know what I'm talking about. All right, there's the pitch. foul down the left field line. Now, the one thing that's a little negative to see here if you're a Weslaco East fan is some of these players are starting to get a little more, what we would say in the old days, wood on the ball. And hitting them a little harder, though, out of bounds. But we also do know that Morales is a heck of a player. That's outside. And he definitely has some power, too, some pop. So he's a dangerous hitter. I believe, I'm not sure how many home runs he has, but I think he does have some this year. And that's a swinging strike to end the inning. Big strikeout. So in every inning, we see at least 2 strikeouts by Balboa. And there was one run here in the top of the third to knot up the game. After 2.5 innings, it is Weslaco East tied with Brownsville Pace at 1-all.
Before Rene Hinojosa became a business executive, he was a student at Weslaco ISD. He participated in UIL academics, designed the original Wildcats logo, was an all-state academic middle linebacker. He then played for the Longhorns, graduating with a business degree from UT. Now he's the Director of Strategic Development at Doctors Hospital at Renaissance. Weslaco ISD is home to some of the most prestigious graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For Rene Hinojosa, WISD was the right choice.
We need a Maldonado. Well, we are going to the bottom of the third inning. And coming up is number 16, Michael Brown. And I want to ask people in the press box, do you have any problem with me turning the lights on? Okay, thank you. I do have to ask everybody. I'm a guest here tonight. But again, that helps me out. When you get to be my age, an unknown age, but let me put it this way, on the buses in McAllen, I get to pay just 50 cents, which is the senior citizen's fee, so we'll give you a hint on my age. But anyhow, we are here in the bottom of the third, and the count is 2-0 for Mike Brown, coach's son. And again, he popped out his first time up. This time fouls it off. And the count is 2-1. So playing left field. Remember seeing him a couple years ago when I did the games. Was impressed with him then. Impressed with him now. And that is going to go foul down the left side of the field. Third baseman could not quite get to it. So it's 2-2. Again, Weslaco East, 21-4 overall, 11-1, tied for first in 32-5A. That ball floats in, inside, 3-2, full count. So, let's see if Weslaco can get a runner on, Weslaco East, and get things going. Break this tie. That ball is a called strike on the outside corner. Hit the lower outside corner. That was a perfect pitch. I think surprised even Mike with the call, but he strikes out. And that is going to be the third strikeout of the night for Moody. And he had 2 strikeouts last inning. In the second, now 1 here in the third to make it 1 out. Big cut by Balboa. Remember, he had a home run. A home run to score the only run for Weslaco. He was the third batter in the first inning and hit that home run. Solo shot. Left center field. It looked like he was trying to add to that home run total there. Big cut. But nothing that time. Ball outside, 1-1. To my knowledge, Balboa does not play football, but Looks big enough to. Here's the windup and the pitch. And that is hit sharply over the head of the third baseman. So Balboa is now 2 for 2 tonight. And I believe he has the only 2 hits so far for Weslaco East. Weslaco East has had other players on base, but they were via the walk. Nate Rivas, who is a strong hitter, walked his first time up in the first, right after the home run, but did not score. He comes to the plate. He wears number 23. And you can hear some of the fans in the background saying, "Let's go, let's go." Trying to get something going. That ball's low. Rivas says even though it's low, he motions to Balboa not to try to advance. Smart move. So it's 1-0. Again, John Moody, the pitcher. That's 2-0. He's had moments where he struggled with his control. If you're a Weslaco East fan, this would be a good time to have that plague hit him again. Ball low, 3-0. And I believe we do have a designated runner. We'll try to catch the number when we can at first. And that ball is going to go down toward right field. Foul. And that designated runner is Brandon Varial, a junior. Also plays second and shortstop. So he will give a rest for the pitcher. And that's a called strike. Full count. Batter looked back at the ump. I don't know if he was happy with that. Of course, didn't say anything. So here's the payoff pitch. It's outside. And we're going to have runners on first and second with 1 out. So Rivas walks. And I believe that is the 5th walk of the night. 5th walk of the night for Moody. Jose Rodriguez coming up. He flew out to center to end the first inning. Catcher, number 12. He's a junior, also plays third base. Ball 1. Take runs any way you can get them. Try to walk the bases loaded if you can. Oh, that almost hit the batter. And that will go back to the screen. And that's going to be a wild pitch. That's going to advance the runners. So now they're in scoring position. Runners at second and third. One out. Again, Rodriguez at the plate. And that is going to be hit very deep, deep, deep. And that ball is off the wall in right field. It's going to score 2 runners. That is a 2-run double off the right field wall. And you could just see that one head for the wall the minute it flew off that bat. It was hit hard. So, 2 runners score.
2-run scoring. That'll bring up number 11, Joseph Perez.
Joseph Perez, the designated hitter, now comes up. after the 2-run RBI double by Rodriguez, and I believe there is a pinch runner, though I can't see from here exactly who it is. But Perez is up. So first pitch outside. Again, now it's a 3-1 lead for Weslaco East. 2 runs in this inning. The home run by Balboa in the first. Big swing by Perez. 1-1 is the count. Possibly Jesus Ramirez at second. And again, East trying to keep pace. And again, no pun, with another Brownsville school. And trying to win the district. Again, we mentioned Brownsville Vets Memorial, also 11-1, 11-1 heading into the action tonight. 2-1 the count. That's going to be low. 3-1. Remember, a walk contributed to the scoring. And there's another one. So Perez, the designated hitter, gets on base after grounding out unassisted to first when he was up his first time in the second inning. And now there's going to be a discussion at the mound.
Before David Lozano started practicing law, he was a student at Weslaco ISD. He participated in UIL athletics. He was a regional qualifier. He earned college credits through the dual enrollment program. After high school, he attended the University of Texas before graduating from St. Mary's School of Law. Now he helps people in need as an attorney. WISD is home to some of the most prestigious graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For David Lozano, Weslaco ISD was the right choice.
So we're 3-1, bottom of the third. And now there's going to be another hit. And that is going to bring in another run. At least one run. This could be a triple. It is. So 2 more runs come in. Two more runs score. Javi Garza with a triple. Good play there. Don't see triples too often. So 2 runs come in, Rodriguez and Perez. And again, wild pitch. And that scores Garza. So 1-0 is the count. Caleb Escamilla at the bat, second baseman. So a double scores 2 runs and a triple scores 2 runs. And then the wild pitch brings in another. And again, still just 1 out. Escamilla walked his first time up. I believe he got to second on a wild pitch but did not score. That was in the third. And that is popped up. We'll see if there's a play on it. No play in the outfield. Ball went foul. So 3-2 is the count. Big inning, 5 runs, 6-1 lead now for Weslaco East. And again, remember it's senior night. Seniors will be honored after the game, and one of the things Vinny was telling me during the last break, we talked for a moment. Vinny's going to go down there and we'll have video of all the seniors getting honored. And that's a called strike. That's going to be 2 outs. So Escamilla strikes out.
Back for your West Coast Wildcats, number 1, George.
And I believe that is the 4th strikeout of the night. Moody, the pitcher, still in there. 1-0 the count. Time. Jorge Zavala in there, the center fielder. Squaring to bunt, pulls back. Again, bottom of the 3rd. That's a called strike. High. So he'll walk.
Wildcats, number 8, Alex Solis.
Back to the top of the order. Alex Solis is up. Again, 6-1 the score. Ball outside. Big 3rd inning, 5 runs so far. Ball fouled. Could hear the ping of the bat. Appreciate everybody enjoying this K-West broadcast via YouTube. That ball down through the open space by second as hit and run was on. Runner breaking towards second. Perfect hit and run. There was a gap as the second baseman ran to cover second. So there was a space there between first and second. Batter found it and advanced the runner to third. Solis' first hit of the night. Walked in the first, but was thrown out stealing. Let's see if he'll try to steal a base again. And that is over the third baseman's head. And that is going to bring in Zavala. So a hit by Mike Brown. And I believe now we've had 9 batters at the base this, or the plate I should say, this inning. And Balboa back up again. Remember, he started the inning with a single, 10th man to bat in this inning. 6 runs already scored. Zavala just come in. Solis on second. That fouled back. Again, Brown at first, Solis. At second. Pitch is high. Balboa, of course, scored both times he's been at the plate via the home run, and then singled and eventually came around in this big inning. First run to score in this inning. That's an outside strike. So it's been like batting practice for Weslaco East in this half inning. Big third. And that is going to be hit in the gap between center and left field, and that will score another run. So Balboa with another RBI. 3 for 3. And Solis comes in. Brown is on third. Balboa advances to second on the hit. After the throw, I should say, advances to second on the throw, and now a pinch runner at second. And Rivas back up. He, I believe, walked, advanced on a wild pitch, and scored in this inning. And that is going to be a chopper to short. Fumbled that time. 2 more runs will come in. Is that an error? Okay, an error on the shortstop. Scores 2 runs. As Balboa and Brown come in. And now we may get a pitching change. Second time the manager's been out. I should say coach. I knew I'd say manager at some point. I've covered a lot of Major League ball. Actually worked in minor league ball for a while with the San Diego Padres, AA affiliate back when it was in Mobile. So I always had to be careful not to call, at the professional level, those guys coaches. They were managers. And, of course, at this level, the guy that's in charge is a coach. But if you follow baseball enough, it's easy enough to understand. So I believe we are going to have a pitching change. And
at Weslaco ISD, we teach our students in pre-K and kindergarten the fundamentals of reading by making it fun so they enjoy learning. Students in first grade are reading chapter books. It starts with pre-K and kinder. Then a whole new world opens up with music, robotics, art, folklorico, swimming. Weslaco ISD students can accomplish anything. We know because we have seen the success in our students over time.
Weslaco ISD, learning in person in a safe, clean environment or online with the latest technology provided by WISD. Weslaco ISD, 100 years in the making and still the right choice with safety in mind. Enroll now.
all right, coming to bat, number 12, Jose Rodriguez. Throw to first, off the mark. That's going to be an error. And the runner's actually going to advance to third. And did they get him? No, he ran past the base. And did they get him? All right, there's some confusion of whether the inning's over or not. Was the runner tagged out? Nathan Rivas. There's going to be a disagreement. I know Mike Brown may be coming out. We're talking about the manager, not the player. Was he caught off base? Again, there was a throwing error. The ball was dropped, okay, when it went to third, but the runner looked like he overran third. And then trying to come back, it looks like he might have been tagged out. We'll just have to wait and see. And apparently that is the case. So, again, we have now played 3 innings, and after that 9-run bottom of the third, it's now 10 runs for Weslaco East and 1 for Brownsville Pace.
Before Christine McCleary was a physical therapist, she was an honor student at Weslaco ISD, played sports, and was a cheerleader. She graduated from Ohio State University, then physical therapy school at Texas State University. Now she is Dr. Christine McCleary at Triumph Therapy and part of the clinical faculty at UTRGV School of Medicine. Weslaco ISD is home to some of the most prestigious graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For Christine McCleary, WISD was the right choice.
So we are back to action. We are now heading into the 4th inning, and fans have got their money's worth if you're Weslaco East fans. And leading off, we have Josh Niento, and he has hit that ball deep. Is it caught? Yeah, I believe so. All right. It was caught in left field, Mike Brown. So a deep hit, the ball was hit deeply, I should say, to left field. And Niento is out on that play. And now another play toward left field. Is Mike going to get that? Bounced out, a double. It's going to be a ground rule double. The ball bounced over the wall. So couldn't get to it that time. Gus Pienta gets a ground rule double. Mats Puga is next after the ground rule double. Again, went over the wall in left field. And that's a strike to Max. He's the catcher. And again, Niento, he was out. F7, that's the second out that Mike Brown has recorded in the outfield tonight, remember. In the first inning, he ended the inning with a catch off a ball hit by John Garcia. That is going to be a single in the gap between short and third. And ball is thrown back to first. Runner gets back in time. So Max with a single. Runner advances to third. So we have runners on the corners with 1 out. Bottom of the order now up, Jose Reyna. Ten to 1 the score. I guess if you're Pace, you want to at least get some runs on the score so you don't put yourself in jeopardy of the 10-run mercy rule. And that ball is caught by the second baseman, fires it in to home plate, so there was no way the runner could tag up at third. A nice play there. And Reyna pops out to second, P4. Now the top of the order, as we just heard Mr. Ramos say. And again, Caleb Escamilla with that last out. 2 outs. And it is Brandon Nevada's up. Fouls it back. So far, Tonio Balboa's gone all the way. He's been a one-man show. 3 for 3, hitting and including a home run. And just allowing 1 run so far in 3 2/3 innings. That's going to be outside. Like I told you, I guess if I go to games this year, they're going to be high scoring. I mentioned, I believe, what San Antonio scored about 16 in that game, minor league game, that AAA game in Corpus. So the second baseman is going to try to get the runner out and does. Escamilla tags the runner heading towards second, Max Quiga. And so we have now played 3.5 innings, and it's now 10-1. We see Weslaco East over Brownsville Pace. So we go to the bottom of the 4th inning, and up to bat, Joey Rodriguez, one of many scoring in that last half inning. As we mentioned earlier, the last time we were up, 9 runs scored on 6 hits in the bottom of the 3rd. 12 batters coming to the plate. That's pretty amazing. Don't see that very often. Attempts to get on via bunt to lead things off. And that's a strike. So we'll see what happens here. Jose Rodriguez up. And bunts that one. And the pitcher will try to go to first with it. And it's an out. 1-3. So again, Rodriguez out 1-3.
Next for Weslaco East, number 11, Joseph Perez.
Joseph Perez, the designated hitter, is next. First pitch is strike. Perez has been on 2 of the 3 times. He's been up, I believe, both walks. And that's going to be a strike, 0-2. So what a way for the seniors to celebrate tonight. And that is going to be a strikeout. Remember, new pitcher in last inning, Augustine Garcia. So, next batter is up.
Up to bat for Weslaco East, number 2, Javi Garza.
Javi Garza's up. And that's going to be a little tap. And it's going to be out 1-3. So a quick half inning, 3 up, 3 down. And after 4 complete, it's 10-1. Weslaco East leading.
Before Harlan Block raised the flag over Iwo Jima, he was a student at Weslaco ISD. There he played for the Panthers, won a championship, and learned some of the leadership skills he and 7 other students used while serving in the Marines. Weslaco ISD is home to some of the most prominent graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For war hero Harlan Block, Weslaco ISD was the right choice.
So we begin the top of the 5th. And Garcia's up. Augustine Garcia started out as the second baseman, now has moved into the pitching role. Did a nice job last inning. Came out unscathed. And quickly, 2 strikes Balboa has. I have 7 strikeouts for him so far in this game. and make that 8. Quickly retires the batter. Remember, only threw 10 pitches last inning. John Garcia's next. John has singled and flown out to left field. That's going to be popped up. We'll see if they can get it. Not quite. Actually running into the dugout trying to get it. You can't blame the effort right there of Javi Garza. Gave it his best. Couldn't quite get to it. And I just heard Mr. Ramos say that would have been an acrobatic catch, so I agree with that one. 0-1 the count. And that is going to be hit toward right field. And that is going to be over everybody's head. And that's going to be a double. We see the runner slide into second. Garcia with the second hit of the night, as he drops the ball into right center field. And Mr. Ramos says we have some weather coming in. Do we have some lightning possibly out there? Okay, unfortunately, they're trying to speed up the game. I don't blame them. We just heard from Mr. Ramos and also Amanda, our score, that we may have some weather already moving in. We didn't think there'd be any weather till 10 o'clock. So I want to alert my crew out there that there's a possibility of some inclement weather to Vinny and Adrian. So please be careful out there. They're outside the press box producing and in charge of the videography for this game. Ball foul back. And again, 0-2 is the count. Runner on second, 1 out. It is windy. And again, I haven't had a chance during the game to look at the weather. Again, I didn't think any weather would move in until at least 10. But with this wind, things can change. And that's a called strike 3. So 2 outs.
Next bat, number 13, Chase Morales.
And Chase Morales is up. He's walked and struck out in the game. Again, top of the 5th. Strike. And I believe, again, 9 strikeouts so far for Balboa. That fouled back. 0-2 the count. Has a couple strikeouts sandwiched between John Garcia's double here in the inning. So, I'm going to see if this can be a fast inning. He's going to have more than 10 pitches this inning, but 12 right now, I hear. So that'll be 13. And again, he may be aware of the possible, as we say, inclement weather may be coming in, and he may be trying to pitch a little faster, but again, no matter what, we don't want to see him injure himself. With playoffs just around the corner. And that's a swing strike, so strikes out the side after giving up a double between the first and second strikeout. So after 4.5, it's now 10-1. We see Weslaco East over Brownsville Pace. So in that inning, the last 2 innings, Balboa has thrown 10 pitches, and in this inning, 14.
Weslaco ISD graduates receive more than $4 million in college scholarships, including dozens who will play college sports. More than 900 received a certification and are ready for the workforce or continuing their education. Over 400 honored graduates will have opportunities to study at top-tier universities. And we are proud of our scholars graduating from medical school, law school, business school, and Ivy League universities. Weslaco ISD, the right choice for high school and beyond.
So we are going to the bottom of the 5th inning. Score is 10-1. And we'll see if they're going to try to hit, like, first pitch hit just to move this game along. Caleb Escamilla is coming in. He plays infield and pitches and does whatever they need. We'll see if he's going to be first ball hitting. That might be a big possibility. Well, that one was so outside that he could not swing at it. He's walked and struck out twice. And that is going to be fouled back. Catcher might have a play, and does. Nice job pulling that ball in close to his chest. Got to give credit to the catcher on that play. Max Puga did a nice job. So, Escamilla's out. Pop to the catcher. And now, Ore Zavala is up. He walked and scored in that big third inning. Also struck out tonight. And this time, going to pop it up. Third baseman has a play and has got it. So 2 outs. That's John Moody, who was our starting pitcher, now playing over third. And Alex Solis, top of the order, is up. Possibly Jose Reyna is now playing second. I'm trying to catch a beat on him. They did some moving around when they did the pitching change. Again, we are at the bottom of the 5th, 2 outs. Solis walked and was out stealing to begin the game, but has been on base a couple times. 2 or 3 times, I believe, tonight. He's had a good evening. Remember, he's going to the University of Houston. That's a swinging strike, 1-2. We are in the bottom of the 5th. Two and two the count. Again, Weslaco East trying to go 12-1 in district, 22-4 overall. Just misses on the outside corner, full count, 3-2. That's a called strike, and that is the end of the inning. 3 up, 3 down. A couple of them strikeouts. So we have played now 5 complete, and Weslaco East is up over Brownsville Pace 10-1. So we are beginning the 5th inning. 10-1, Weslaco East leads. And Pace is coming to the plate, and quickly it's 0-2. Josh Nieto. He's struck out and flown out to left. 1-2 the count. Antonio has gone all the way, and I believe that's his 11th strikeout. He is mowing him down tonight. Swinging strikes, called strikes, hitting the corner, down the middle. He's done it all over. Gus Puenta is up. starting left fielder. Another strike. And that is going to be a grounder to second and shoveled over to first. Nice play. Second baseman gets it in his glove and just shovels it over to first for the out. That was a heads-up play for sure. Nice job. So there's 2 outs.
Bat for Brownsville Pace, number 5, Max Palaga.
Max Paga is up. And again, we've seen some good defense tonight. Caleb Escamilla on that play, shoveling it to first. Was a pretty play. Nate Rivas over at first. And again, look down for a moment, it's already 0-2. Fast moving too is Balboa. That's outside. And that is a strikeout. So what has he got, about 12? Strikes out a couple in this inning too. So we are going to go to the bottom of the 6th. And right now, Weslaco East 10, Brownsville Pace 1. So we are going to the bottom of the 6th, 10-1. Weslaco East leading. And it's good to see Carlos Robledo here tonight, coming to join us, the head of K-West. And always a pleasure doing work with him, and hadn't seen him in a while. Okay, so a big score he just gave us. We appreciate this, Carlos. And we see that Vets has lost against Edcotch Elsa 17-2. That is huge. That is huge because Vets now drops to 11-2 on the season, which means with this victory tonight, if the Wildcats hold on, they will go to 12-2 in district and take the lead. Now, Vets will play Edcotch Elsa again later in the week, as well as the fact that Weslaco East will be playing on Friday, Brownsville Pace. So again, got to just hold on here and get this victory. 0-2 is the count, and there's a drop third strike, and we are going to get a runner at first. Michael Brown on the drop third strike gets to first base to lead off the bottom of the 6th. And Balboa comes up now, the pitcher, Tonio Balboa. Let's see if he goes 4 for 4 tonight. That could be huge. You know he's going to try to do that. He's had a big night. Like I said, it's been fun watching him. He's just a junior. Plays pitcher, catcher, and third base. And so, swinging strike again. Michael Brown on first. Drop third strike. Balboa 0-1. And at the end of this half inning, we'll go over again what I just said a moment ago if you didn't hear it. 0-2 the count. Always good to see the fans out here again. That's one thing. I got to do a lot of broadcasting of games, cover them even at the professional level during COVID. But, for example, I'd be in the Superdome and there would be like 1,000 fans at a Saints game in New Orleans. Now, you know, it's great to see the people out there. I actually went to the Final Four in New Orleans, and the same Superdome. There's 70,000 people there to watch college basketball, to see Coach Krzyzewski's final game. See Kansas and Bill Self win their second national championship. Self won in 2008. So it's great to see the fans back, whether it be at a high school game or at the big level. Doesn't matter. It's just fun to talk to the people. And many people now are choosing not to wear masks. That's their choice, but just good to see people out. 1-2 the count. And that is a swinging strike. Again, he had a home run to begin the game. I know he took a big swing at one of his other bats like he was going for a home run, trying to aim for the fences again. This time did not work out, but he's had a great night. Nothing to be ashamed of, and that's out number one, a swinging strike three. So Nate Rivas is next, and we'll see what he does. Oh, and that is going to be a great play by the third baseman, catches it and throws the ball back to first. That was John Moody, who struggled pitching but made a great play in the field at third and threw the ball to first, got the runner before he could get back for the double play. So we have played 6 complete, and right now it is Weslaco East over Brownsville Pace 10-1.
East side strong side. East side strong side. Let's go Wildcats. Let's go Wildcats. Let's go Wildcats. Let's go Wildcats.
So everybody making it a team effort tonight. So we are going now to the top of the 7th inning, and we are going to see if we get 3 quick outs, if Tonio Balboa can get a complete game, and the Wildcats can take sole possession of first place in District 32-5A. I'm Scott Harrison. It's been a pleasure sitting in for either Joe Aguilar or sometimes Football Fred, as I call him. He's my buddy when we do football games. Could have done this game tonight. They would have normally, but couldn't make it because it was originally scheduled for tomorrow and they already had commitments, but it was good sitting in for them. Jorge Zavala up to bat. Excuse me, let me make a correction here. I looked at the wrong roster. I apologize. I consider I haven't done this in a year. To do it once, I guess it's okay. But we have coming up to bat right now Jose Reina, and he is batting, and he is going to send that to Tonio, and he's going to make a quick throw to first base, and he gets the ball down to Nathan Rivas. Nate Rivas catches it for a 1-3 out, 2 outs away from the end of this game. So coming up to bat now, going to be number 18 is up now. Brandon Nevarez. And he, of course, I know has 1 hit tonight. I believe he struck out and singled. Singled his last time up. The leadoff man, shortstop. Fouls that away. 1-1 the count. And again, remember, we're going to try to get off here quickly at the end, but that's a called strike. We want to remind everyone again, should the Wildcats win, they will go to 12-1 in district, 22-4 overall. Brownsville will drop to 6-7 in district. That's a called strike. Another strike at about 13, I think, right now for the starting pitcher. And again, Vikings will drop to 6-7, 11-9-1 overall. And these teams will meet again on Friday in Brownsville. And Wildcats, because of the Vets loss, the Brownsville Vets, they will have sole possession of the lead right now in 32-5A, as Vets, with their 17-2 loss to Ed Koch-Elsa tonight, will fall to 11-2. So we want to get all that in now, because again, we're going to try to, because of the possibility of weather coming in, we want to get this broadcast over very quickly at the end. 1-2 is the count right now. Here's the pitch, sidearm fastball, and It's 2-2. Again, congratulations to Tonio. He's had a great night. Another strikeout again. I haven't had time to add them up, but I think around 13 or 14 tonight. It's been big. And that is it. So the game is over. And again, the final score is 10-1. It is the Weslaco Wildcats over Brownsville Pace Vikings again, 10-1. And again, in 32-5A, we see that Weslaco East is number 1. I'm Scott Harrison. Want to again thank Adrian DeLeon and Vinny Barry, my K-West crew, for helping me tonight make this broadcast possible. Please be safe. We've got some inclement weather maybe in the Rio Grande Valley over the next 2 days. Again, final score 10-1 from here at Weslaco East. This has been a K-West production.
Senior Night 2022.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there they go. The seniors. Number 1, Jorge Zavala. Number 22, Caleb Escamilla. Number 2, Javi Garza. Number 14, Jacob Rodriguez. Number 16, Mike Brown. And number 13, Jesus Ramirez.
And this one is gone. A triple, a double, a home run, and now your Wildcats are up by a score of 6-0.
That last year, for the first time, Weslaco was district champ in 32-5A. Weslaco East is poised to be a back-to-back district champs in 32-5A baseball.
He's going to escape from the catcher. They're going to try to make a play at home. He's going to try to get there, and he is going to get out.
So a little excitement there on senior night. We want to thank all the parents for all their support. We want to thank everybody for all their support of Weslaco East Wildcat baseball.
And that ball's going to drop. They're going to throw to third, and he's going to be safe. 1 run scores. Here comes 2. They take the lead.
As the players come around and they stamp on the home plate for what could be their last home game, but we certainly hope it won't be. Number 2, Javi Garza. I suppose I can say one more time, up to the plate, number 13, Jesus Ramirez. Looks to me like his mother, Mrs. Amy Gutierrez. Thank you so much for watching. And up to the plate at Weslaco East, number 22, Caleb Escamilla. Number 14, Jacob Rodriguez. And up next at the plate, number 16, Mike Brown. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank all the parents for all their support and the seniors for being leaders out on the field. As they go off into their last few games, we wish them the best of luck. And again, one last time here at Weslaco East Stadium until the playoffs. My apologies, we got one more. And that is number 1, George Zavala. Way to go, Georgie!
East side, strong side.